I'm Dr. Dayo and I'm a medical doctor. From my childhood, I've always been interested in the mind, the brain. I was always intrigued by people who were more than average, who could always do the impossible and achieve great things. And I knew that a lot of that has to do with your thoughts, your mind, your behavior, what motivates you and things like that. Both my parents are educators. My father was a professor. My mom owns a school. I studied in the University of Ibadan and I did my housemanship in a place called Obomosho Baptist Medical Center. Now it's something else. As young doctors, we did surgeries. We were exposed to a lot more than our peers in other centers. And I realized that this really wasn't for me. My life wasn't about just staying in the hospital doing operations. I have a teaching instinct, learning information and breaking it down and communicating directly to the layperson. So a layperson in turn could take the right actions to take charge of their own lives. I also had a strong interest in drawing out of the Bible things that can help people be better mentally, be better spiritually, be better physically. And so for about 10 years, I actually was in the States studying what I call a more complete approach to health and healthcare. I believe that spirituality, psychology, behavioral sciences all play a part in health and wellness, and I really wanted to learn these principles, these what I call the laws of life, and apply them to patient care and improving patients' lives. I came back to Nigeria and we started a foundation, Brain and Body Foundation, and also a clinic, Brain and Body Solutions. The Brain and Body Foundation grew out of the fact that we had so many patients who desperately needed care but couldn't afford it. And so we said, well, let's try and support these people. We've seen over 100 kids in the last year alone that we've been able to see to turn things around. I mean, the kids have been able to do things that were considered impossible. In addition to that, the whole idea of being a blessing and seeing parents and children happy, because these parents are going through a lot. I mean, there are many of them are from poor homes. They go everywhere, they travel everywhere, trying to get solutions for their children. And once you're able to provide them and solve those problems, you see the joy on their faces.
Some of the challenges I faced as a new parent was that I couldn't communicate with my daughter. She was not just aware of me, so I decided to seek medical help. The consultant called me. This was her direct word. Your baby has autism. There's no cure, there's no medication, and there's no hope. It's something you have to live with. My whole world just came crumbling down. I met Dr. Dayo over a decade ago. We were neighbors, and he decided to go for further studies abroad. I was in church one evening. My baby was hyperactive. I got a rope, tied it to her belt, and tied it to myself. I heard my name. Lo and behold, it was Dr. Dayo. The sight he saw, like my daughter tied to me, was just enough evidence that there was something really wrong.
Something happened early in childhood, and since then she's been autistic. She was on the spectrum, she couldn't speak. She would beat up on her younger sisters, she would bite, she was hyperactive, she couldn't speak, like I said. And so it was really a bad situation.
Dr. Dayo got us on supplements. That's what he started with. And the restlessness was the first thing I noticed. My baby was calm. I was now able to let her off the rope.
Within a month, Muriel had stopped peeing on herself. She had stopped hitting her sisters. She was now much better behaved, listened to instructions, could actually respond and show affection towards her parents. I mean, just a totally different person. There's a quote I really love. It says that to believe is to be strong, and that doubt cramps energies, it cramps your ability to even perform. Our thoughts matter. Our daily thoughts, our daily feelings, emotions matter. They determine whether or not you're going to do a good job. They determine whether or not you'll be healthy. They even determine whether or not, if you're going to go for a surgery, whether or not you'll come out of the surgery healthy and alive. if you don't believe certain things will go in your favor or turn in your favor, you won't even try them from the scratch. And many times we are so faced with all the negatives and the things that tell us that this can't happen that we don't even try. And I believe that we as Christians even have a great advantage because the faith that we have is faith from God. And I think we should be able to really express and do even much greater things than we're seeing right now.